Spirit, who sweepest the wild harp of time, it is most hard with an untroubled ear thy dark, interwoven harmonies to hear. Yet mine eye fixed on heaven's unchanging clime, long had I listened, free from mortal fear, with inward stillness and a bowed mind, when lo, its folds far waving on the wind, I saw the train of the departing year, staring from my silent sadness, then with no unholy madness, ere yet entered the cloud foreclosed my sight. I raised the impetuous song and solemnized its flight. Hither from the recent tomb, from the prison's direr gloom, from distemper's midnight anguish, and thence where poverty doth waste and languish, or where with his two torches blending, love illuminates manhood's maze, or where o'er cradled infants bending, hope has fixed her wishful gaze. Hither in perplexed dance, ye woes, ye young-eyed joys advance, by time's wild harp, and by the hand whose indefatigable sweep raised its fateful strings from sleep. I bid you haste, a mixed tumultuous band, from every private bower and each domestic hearth. Haste for one solemn hour, and with a loud and yet a louder voice, o'er nature struggling in portentous birth, weep and rejoice. Still echoes the dread name that o'er the earth let slip the storm and woke the brood of hell, and now advance in saintly jubilee. Justice and truth, they too have heard thy spell, they too obey thy name, divinest liberty. I mark ambition in his war array, I hear the mailed monarch's troublous cry. Ah, wherefore dost the northern conqueress stay? Groans not her chariot on its onward way? Fly, mailed monarch, fly. Stunned by death's twice mortal mace, no longer on murder's lurid face, the insatiate hag shall gloat with drunken eye. Manes of the unnumbered slain, yea, ye that gasp on Warsaw's plain, yet that ye that erst at Ismail's tower, when human ruin choked the streams, fell in conquest's glutted hour, mid women's shrieks and infants' screams, spirits of uncoffined slain, sudden blasts of triumph swelling, oft at night in misty train, rush around her narrow dwelling. The exterminating fiend is fled, foul her life and dark her doom. Mighty armies of the dead dance like death fires round her tomb. Then with prophetic song relate each some tyrant murder's fate. Departing year, 'twas on no earthly shore my soul beheld thy vision, where alone, voiceless and stern, before the cloudy throne, I, memory sits, thy robed inscribed with gore, with many an unimaginable groan, thou storied thy sad hours. Silence ensued, deep silence, o'er the ethereal multitude, whose locks with wreaths, whose wreaths with glories shone. Then his eye wild ardors glancing, from the choired gods advancing, the spirit of the earth made reverence meet, and stood up, beautiful, before the cloudy seat. Throughout the blissful throng, hushed were harp and song, till wheeling round the throne of lampards 7, the mystic words of heaven permissive signal make. The fervent spirit bowed, then spread his wings and spake. This in stormy blackness throning, love and uncreated light, by the earth's unsolaced groaning, seize thy terror's arm of might, by peace with proffered insult scarred, masked hate and envying scorn, by years of havoc yet unborn, and hunger's bosom to the frost winds bared, but chief by Afric's wrongs, strange, horrible, and foul, by what deep guilt belongs to deaf synod, full of gifts and lies, by wealth's insensitive laugh, by torture's howl, avenger, rise. Forever shall the thankless island scowl, her quiver full, and with unspoken bow speak from thy storm-black heaven, O speak aloud, and on the darkling foe open thine eyes of fire from some uncertain cloud. O dart the flash, O rise and deal the blow. The past to thee the future cries. Hark, how wide nature joins her groans below. Rise, God of nature, rise. The voice had ceased, the vision fled, yet still I gasped and reeled with dread. And ever, when the realm of night renews the phantom to my sight, cold sweat drops gather on my limbs, my ears throb hot, my eyeballs start, my brain within horrid tumult swims. Wild is a tempest of the heart, and thick and struggling breath imitates the toils of death. No stranger agony confounds the soldier on the warfare spread, when all fordone with toil and wounds, deathlike he dozes among heaps of dead. The strife is o'er, the daylight fled, and the night wind clamors hoarse. See, the starting wrench's head lies pillowed on a brother's corse. Not yet enslaved, not wholly vile, O Albion, O my mother isle, thy valleys fair as Eden's bowers glitter green with sunny showers. Thy grassy uplands gentle swells echo to the bleat of flocks. Those grassy hills, those glittering dells, proudly ramparted with rocks, An ocean mid his uproar wild speaks safely to his island child. Hence, for many a fearless age, has social quiet loved thy shore, nor ever a proud invader's rage, or sacked thy towers, or stained thy fields with gore. Abandoned of heaven, mad avarice thy guide, at cowardly distance, yet kindling with pride. Mid thy herds and thy cornfields secure hast thou stood, and joined the wild yelling of famine and blood. Thy nations curse thee, they eager with wondering shall hear destruction like vulture scream, strange-eyed distraction, who with many a dream of central fires through nether seas up-thundering soothes her fierce solitude. Yet she lies by livid fount or red volcanic stream, if ever to her lidless dragon eyes, O Albion, thy predestined ruins rise. The fiend hag on her perilous couch doth leap, muttering distempered triumph in her charmed sleep. Away, my soul, away! In vain, the birds of warning sing, and hark, I hear the famished brood of prey flap their lank pennons on the groaning wind. Away, my soul, away! I, unpartaking of the evil thing, with daily prayer and daily toil, soliciting for food my scanty soil, have wailed my country with a loud lament. Now I recenter my immortal mind in the deep Sabbath of meek self-content, cleansed from the vaporous passions that bedim God's image, sister of the seraphim.